Dozed off again. It's now August the 17th, 2024. Around 12:30. So I dozed off just to wake up like maybe 30 minutes to an hour later. And I can't remember everything in the dream, but this one I was somewhere where they were, I don't know if they were giving out prizes. I don't know what it was, but I don't know, but somehow some stuff came in some envelopes or whatever. And then it was one thing where a man, he was, mm, either calling a raffle or something, some type of way. I ended up with an envelope, and either I opened it or it was already half open, and like the prize or the raffle call for winning some money, some type of way, like some different little stacks of cash or whatever. And I ended up having either the right address, or it wasn't a raffle ticket number, but the right address. And he came and handed it to me, and then I was double checking, and I was like, let me make sure that this is mine, because it had looked like it was somebody else's address. So he gave me that, and I was looking in there, and then somehow a whole other stack of envelopes and things ended up in my hand. Some of it looked like it was birthday cards, or just some stuff, maybe from some of my previously known so-called relatives and stuff like that. And oh man, yeah, I'm kind of having a hard time speaking about it because it was a dream. Like literally, I just had my eyes closed, like not even 3 4 minutes ago, and I was in the dream, or having the dream. I ain't gonna say I was in the dream, but I was having the dream, because I think it's the difference in you being in the dream and having it. But I don't, you know what? I don't know if I was or wasn't in it. It actually felt like I was in it, like it was me and it was going on then. And the way I be waking up is so funny, because sometimes it's like God allow me to see what He allow me to see. Then I can wake up peacefully. I can wake up choking out of my sleep. I can wake up just all types of ways. So anyway, some pastor man or like somebody was calling out whatever it was, and he brought the envelope over there, and it was mine, and I had got the money. So, and I was hoping for it too, honey. I was like, yeah, that's me and whatever. And then whatever way I had it, and so I was sitting in that setting somewhere, and then somehow I ended up, I was still sitting, and I never walked to a car or anything, but I just, the scene changed over to me being in a vehicle. Maybe I was riding in the back seat. I don't know. And then to my left, it was this guy who um reminds me of the dude that I was last involved with. And also, before that happened though, I did see like the old school notes where we used to pass notes back in school and stuff, and how they used to do the like origami type folding type. And on it was a bunch of stuff written on it, and it was like, I like you, and I don't know if I seen I love you, but I seen I like you. And then, so next thing I know, I seen the note, and then, I guess the one who sent the note was right there beside me. Like I said, it reminded me of a dude I was last involved with. His hair was laid down, whatever. Um, his hair was, his hair was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna just be real. In real life, if he was to grow his hair out, I think his hair would kind of be like kind of silky. And it kind of, I say that because my son's, my oldest son, middle child, his hair is more of what people would consider a better grade of hair, or a more finer, silkier grade of. It's still coarse hair. It's still black people hair, but it's still, it was just a little more. His is a little finer, so I know he got that from dude. But So dude's sitting next to me, and he had on this black outfit. He was like a smooth type of dude. He was kind of it reminds me of like Leon from from whatever movie Leon be playing in. David Ruffin, the dude who plays David Ruffin in The Temptations, and Leon and all that, whatever. Maybe his name in real life is Leon. So he kind of reminded me of him, just a smooth type of dude. And I recently seen a movie with dude in the movie Cover, and yeah, that role was kind of woo-wee. I don't want to go into details, but anyway. So anyway, dude was sitting beside me in the vehicle, and I'm like, how the heck you here? And then he just started talking and talking and talking and saying some stuff, and I was trying to ignore and act like I didn't hear him, because again, it gives the feel of dude I was last involved with, and you don't know what I be saying on here as far as how. And I don't just be saying it just to say it. I be meaning it. But as far as, yeah, how I feel about him these days. But somehow I guess that was his little note. And I didn't open the note up. I just seen on the outside of it. It said, I like you and stuff like that. And then he started talking to me. He was saying something about, I like fat, you know. I guess now. And of course, I'm bigger now, so it's like, yeah, I like that. My hair was short, was pretty much how it is now. Of course, I got shrinkage, so it can stretch, but either way, it's still shorter than it's ever been. And yeah, but he was like, yeah, I like them fat or something like that, he said I like fat or I like them fat. He was like on the front of me, on the side of me, and this and that. It was almost like he was trying to be sexual or just like some freaky type stuff. But he was like in my ear, my left ear, just talking away, and it was almost like I could smell his breath, and he had that breath of like one of them older men who just, your breath it's not as fresh. It's like oh my gosh, I don't even know how to explain the smell, but it's a smell that I've smelled before on an older man, on an older male. Um, but I could hear him in my ear and everything. He had a little deep voice, and he was talking, and then he was just talking away, talking about how he like I'm fat. And then he said I'm probably gonna die. And that's when I was like, it got my attention. I was like, huh, what's going on? And I think that's when I broke my silence. And I was like, what's going on? And then he kind of started stuttering or whatever. And then after that, I woke right during that time. That's when I woke up. So I never heard what he had to say or anything. But like basically, when he did start to talk, it got all jumbled up. Like if he was trying to tell me, or if he was just trying, or in the dream, the person was just trying to be slick and trying to be, some type of just something, just trying to be slick in dreams, man. And I'm gonna say this: the way he was wearing all black, it just seemed like somebody trying to seduce and do too, what I'm saying, do entirely too much or whatever. But these dreams like this be seeming so real, which I do know is something taking place in the spirit realm. But now I'm realizing, I guess that's why I'm dozing off, because if God, if God wants me to have a certain message, He will allow me to doze off and go into a sleep, or a spiritual experience. But and then wake up like 30 minutes later, just like that. Which I done woke up and about to eat some more of my fruit. I'm going to do that. My fruit just sitting here like waiting on me to eat it. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here in front and act like it didn't almost turn me on with a person or whatever. And I gotta literally say the person or whatever, because I don't know what type of enemy. All I know is they had on black. They sent me a little note telling me that they like me. And I tell you, I was trying to ignore that person so hard and so bad, but they were sitting right beside me. Basically, our shoulders, bodies was touching them. So, but that's how I feel like. just upon waking, I feel like that thing really just tried to. It was something seducing about it. It wasn't even necessarily that he was trying to seduce me, but it was something seducing about it or seductive about it because, for once, it's like it's a man. I ain't been with a man. I ain't been with a man in a while now, and I'm like, oh. And that's another reason why in real life I don't want to be nowhere near dude because baby, it really do happen just like that. Now I didn't engage in anything with him further in the dream before I woke up, but the fact that I, if I was being a character, but the fact that I broke character in there and was like, oh, what? Once he started talking about he's probably gonna die, and I just don't know how to take it, interpret it, or what it is. So of course, immediately, before I got on here talking about it, I should have submitted it to God immediately. But right now, it's not too late. I give it to God and ask God to help me to interpret and understand it. But I just get the strong feeling that God was he was definitely in the midst of it. He might not have been the one who gave me the dream, but he was definitely there watching. Like, what's she gonna do with it? And so, or whatever the case may be, because of the way he allowed me to wake up peacefully from the dream. And it was like waking up, and it really was like, oh, it's a decision to be made or whatever. But from that, all I can say is what I'm saying. um, it was me being up close and personal with a man in a dream, and it's like, ooh, a man, it's a man sitting beside me, telling me he like me, and all of that. But man, I could almost still smell that breath. that breath was that breath was strong. But yeah, when I said what, when I was asked about that, I was trying to get the answer about, oh, you mean you probably gonna die, and that's when he started. Was like, mumbo jumbo talk, or whatever the case, whatever you started doing. Like I, like, oh, she interested in knowing this part, but oh, and I will say it did seem seducing because of how he was saying, I like them fat, I like them in the front and on the side, I like this, I just like them big. But yeah, so God be with me, and I just ask God to help me because I ain't gonna sit here in front, man. I felt a little weak, felt the little knees. I'm not even standing, but I felt my knees buckling, like, ooh wee. Lord, send me. And I ain't felt desperate for no man, no nothing. I'm like, oh, wait, Lord, send me my man. Send me a man. And I'm not going to, the man in the male in the dream, he was kind of, you know what I'm saying? He was handsome. Of course, he reminded me of dude I was last involved with. Dude, handsome, looked good. That slick hair laying down was different, though, because dude ain't had his hair, like, laid down like that. It's kind of like, almost like light skin type hair on a brown skin, on a darker brown skin male. It was just, I don't know, it was different. It was like some silky hair. But anyway, and it was shaped up and all that, but it was laid. I don't know what it's about. I'm not trying to really entertain it for too long because I just wanted to speak on it though. As soon as I woke up, I grabbed the device because the device was right there. So that way, I could document it. I didn't write it down or anything, but just to document it like that. But when I tell you, I feel like whatever it was, it almost had me going for real. Once it spoke about death, of course, once it spoke about it, I'll probably die. Not me, but them. um, that's when it, what I'm saying, that's when I started responding. Other than that, I was literally like, oh no, I'm ignoring. So I don't know what it is. What I will say is my dreams have been manifesting quickly and definitely be indicating something. So I guess we shall see. One thing about it, that fruit got me feeling like I gotta use the restroom. Somebody get my behind up. But it was just the way the dream came in so smooth. And how the fact that, yes, it reminded me of dude. It reminded me of dude and the dude Leon. Man, what is this man's name? Let me see. So I can stop calling him that. But I think his name is Leon. The one that was it Halle Berry? She jumped on. She was like, "I want to exhale. I want to exhale." Boy, I cannot. Let's see. Yeah, just Leon. That's what it said. Just Leon. 62 years old, and he was born in 1962. Wow. But yeah, it was him. Let me see some more images of him. I want to see if his hair was like that. But they put on here just Leon, so I guess that's his name. Oh, it says Leon Preston Robinson, also known as Leon. Hmm. So it was him, like I said, and so basically like an attractive male, but he had on all black and sitting right, just too close to me. But I'm trying to tell you, it piqued my interest when he said he was, but he's probably gonna die. He didn't say he was about to. He said he's probably going to, and I hurried trying to listen. Like what? I listened to. It seemed like I wanted to listen to out of concern. Like what's going on? What's gonna happen or whatever. And yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I might need to say about it before I get off here. If there was any other details that stand out. Yeah, I don't know what setting that was I was at first, but I never went from a sitting position. The whole time I was sitting, and then the next thing I know, I was still sitting and I was in a vehicle and he was on the left side. And I feel like I had my hair out, my little fro out, and I had on a little, some kind of dress. Maybe I had on a blue dress. I don't know, but I had on some kind of dress for wherever I was at. But all those envelopes and birthday cards and this, that, and the third, I don't know, that was just different. But like I said, I woke up feeling like, oh man, I ain't lying. I want to be a man. I'm not saying I come into agreement with that dream, but I'm just saying it's like, ooh, we just want a man, want a man, and it almost made me feel like whoever that man was, I want him. But he wrote me the little note like back in school and put on there, I like you. I'm sitting here like, man, and that's it's so funny because me trying to be so grown and so mature whole time, like I wanted some deep stuff. I felt like I wanted some deep stuff during my teenage years and early 20s and stuff, trying to, you know what I'm saying? And really, because when I moved out, I was 19. That was coming up on what, 20 years ago? Soon. Is it? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's coming up on 20 years. 20 years ago within like the next 2 years. But because of that, that's how I always been. So I never really got to experience like the real deal, like what I would deem healthy relationship between a young man and a woman. And, just getting treated well and getting regarded and, just feeling valued and respected and loved and again protected as well. But oh man, I don't know. I just be like, and one thing about me, I don't be thinking it's too late. I just be thinking I'm not about to connect myself to just anybody. Honey, I've had men still look at me and stuff like that. Now I just don't put myself in the sight of men at all. Like for the most part at all. Cause why? Why? I don't want y'all slobbering all over me. You know what I'm saying? And of course, not that I'm the best looking thing walking or anything like that. And I definitely have changed. Like, but but I don't know. God almost tried to hit different. Like, what? But basically, when I say that, it just felt like, no, that person was really right there beside me. It was, yes, it was something that was really going on, really taking place. And God just allowed me to wake up and realize, okay, I knew in the dream that it was a dream because I know when I'm sleeping and I know when I'm woke. But, yep, don't try to hit differently. But anyway, my thing is, hey, I submit to God, let it be done according to His will. I don't know what it is. I don't know how I'm supposed to perceive it. I don't feel like I'm supposed to come into agreement with it, that's for sure. But that's one thing that I do feel strongly. Um, I'm not gonna say that I didn't want to in that moment. The only thing about deterred me with that darn was that breath. The breath wasn't like, it's not like a SHITTY smell. It's just like a older man who, may have skipped a couple days of brushing his teeth and just, I don't know, maybe just burped a little bit. Oh goodness, that distinct smell was, ooh wee. And like I said, it wasn't no horrible smell. It wasn't, it just wasn't a good smell either. It was, Um, but I submitted to God right now because I'm kind of, I already been in my emotions. I'm kind of in my feelings. I'm kind of feeling vulnerable. That's what it left me feeling like, vulnerable. Like I was already feeling the type of way when he was already talking. I think I felt like the heat of the breath or whatever on my neck. And I ain't gonna lie, there's something that kind of gets to me like that, kind of turned me on. But that's between me and God. God knows, and that's between me and God and my partner. But I felt it on my neck because I was hard trying to ignore dude and like keep my head turned, and so that was already enticing. But then yeah, mm, 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 mm. I just submitted to God. God knows what to do.